Welcome to Home Team Advantage. This is Mike Egan. I'm Gary Gimbetti. We're here to discuss today's topics in sports, if we know anything about sports. You can probably tell I'm wearing a green shirt, so I blend right into the green screen, unless our producer has done a marvelous job of...
It's gray now.
It's great.
Well, that's good. Then I'm not... My head's just not bobbing up and down.
No, that's only when you have that pink shirt on.
Yeah. But we're... I'm kind of rushed for time here, so we got to get this going.
Oh, like it really
Matters.
matters.
Yeah. But we, all of Hibbing High School sports are
Done.
The 4x8 girls track team placed fifth, which is a podium trip down there, so they medaled. So congratulations to the four of those girls for doing that. Aiden Shepard, I think we talked about it last week, was ninth in the shot put. So he medaled. Congratulations to him. The tennis teams, I don't know if we talked about those. Keaton Petrick and Isaiah Hildenbrand actually finished sixth, made it to the consolation final. It's kind of funny because Gabardi and Hendrickson won their first match and then lost and they were out.
Oh, wow.
But Petrick and Hildenbrand, lost their first match and then
came back.
Yeah, they won like 3 in a row or 4 in a row after that. So
Nice.
Good, nice of them to do that, to finish sixth at the state meet. So that's 2 sophomores there. So future's looking bright.
Good.
Gabardi and Hendrickson are both seniors. So congratulations on your graduation and advancing the state,
Okay.
winning the section title. So
One thing you can never take away from them.
that's right. You can't. So.
Nope.
So that did it for that. Golf, Andrew Slatton, I believe, placed like 26th or 27th. Shot a 79 the first day, and then he shot like a 39 the second day, but they had a 3-hour-ish rain delay,
Oh.
so they only used 9 holes, which kind of bites
Yeah.
for all the competitors. But what are you going to do with the weather? I mean, you can't control that.
That's sure a lot better than what we could do.
Oh, yeah, I know.
We wish for that rain delay.
Yeah. So he had a nice season there. The Rock Ridge girls team placed 8th, I believe, out of 8 teams, and we had a couple other Northwoods girl and a Mesabi East girl that were also down there.
Yeah.
Falls girl was leading though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first day she was in the lead. Her last name I think is Anderson, but I did not see. I don't know if the girls got rained out or not, because it seemed like they were still playing, but the boys got washed out and only played 9 holes. So
Speaking of weather, how about yesterday? Chisholm got hit with golf ball, baseball size hail and windows and wind chills, and Ron, our producer director extraordinaire, there was just telling me that the Virginia golf course was closed because of wind damage. And
ooh, well they got hit harder than we did.
well, that's what we thought, that you had a golf game over there early. That's why we played early or started early today.
No, I have no golf game.
Oh no, you don't have a golf game.
I don't have a
Maybe you
golf
gotta
game.
play.
Yeah, I don't even know how to play the game. So might go out today though. I think around 12 or something. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, good. A little wind today, so we better bring that
Well.
bring the heavy ball.
But at least it was nice out yesterday, and hopefully it'll continue to hit temperatures in the 70s, 80s, and 90s now as the summer goes on. So we'll be able to get out and get more loose out on the golf course instead of freezing to death while you're out there.
Tough to get that golf cart to go through the snow
Yeah.
or hail.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we got lucky then. I mean,
Yep.
because if there's baseball size hail, that's not
Yeah,
good.
a lot of wind chills got broken.
Ooh.
Friend of mine got hit in the head riding his motorcycle. Almost knocked him out.
Oh man.
Pulled over to the side of the road, and some guy pulled over and let him sit in the truck while the storm went by.
Oh jeez.
Bleeding all over the place.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's not good.
yeah.
But we haven't had, like my son said last night though. I don't know if we ever have a storm warning last year.
I don't
Didn't
remember.
rain much, so we probably didn't.
Well, I was always told when I moved up here that you can get storms here, but you'll never get a tornado because of the mine dumps.
Well, that's the
The tornado doesn't have an opportunity to touch down.
well, that's the
The advantage of
the
living by the
speculation
mine
of
dumps.
it. Yeah, that's the speculation. I've heard that a lot too. So,
Speaking of digging mines, getting a little scary driving by that one over off the highway between Chisholm and Hibbing. Holy moly, what a hole in the ground that is.
well, they're getting close.
Yeah.
You know, I hope that they have that secured by the highway because I don't want to be tumbling.
Oh
down.
yeah, they do, but it's it wouldn't take much to go through the little barricade they got there. But
Oh man, yeah, it's deep,
yeah,
deep hole.
and then you hit water. They said they've been dewatering quite a bit because they got a little leakage from the open pit by Iron World.
Oh, okay.
So-
Oh, wow. Well, I know I was taking a walk yesterday, and I was walking by the Goodwill store, and the window started shaking.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
they
you were
must have had
walking
a
by?
blast. Well, I wish it was because of me. They must have had a blast yesterday because it shook the
Oh,
windows on Goodwill.
Yeah. Sure wasn't that young man that goes up and down Howard Street with the speakers on?
Well, it could have been him because he has like 6 of them, doesn't
Yeah.
he? So
Why is he always following you?
I don't know. I've never noticed, but I know I was following him yesterday. I think I saw him walking down First Avenue.
Can't miss him.
No, you can't.
Sure can hear him.
Yep. Did you ever stop in your restaurant if he?
No,
You
but
had
I
it?
know a couple of times he had stopped in front of the Tactran with the big
okay.
window there
Yeah.
and practiced his dance steps.
No. And he's always usually carrying a basketball. So
Yeah.
at least he
Yeah.
he goes to Bennett Park, I think.
Got something
and
going on.
Plays basketball, so good for him.
Anyways, hey,
But Cherry Open State Tournament play
Right.
today at 3:30 against Lac Qui Parle
Lac-Qui.
Valley.
Yeah, Lac-Qui Valley.
Yeah, at 3:30. So good luck to them as they prepare to make a run. They're the #1 seed. So I mean, there's the opportunity there for a second state title this
Would
year.
that be an accomplishment?
Oh.
Basketball champions and a baseball championship. That says a lot for your and it only takes one class to do it. You know, hopefully, maybe some year down the road, to have a group of kids that'll come through with one class and do the same thing. So
Well, if you're in, not getting off of high school, if the VFW started their season against Southridge, and Southridge last week, and Southridge had 6 of their players were played in that game Thursday, that championship game Thursday, and Hibbing did sweep them in a doubleheader. And that, if you're going to have a class that's going to do anything in baseball, it's going to be
this class.
this class coming up, these VFW players coming up. I'll get some help from some juniors and some seniors, and so if you want to watch some decent ball players, head down there we'll try to. I don't know if we can ever. Well, I'll try to get the standing or the games in the paper, obviously, so you know the schedule. So to get
They're all
down
at
there.
Nyberg Field, correct?
Yes, they're all at Nyberg. Legion started against Barnum, Moose Lake, Willow River, and did sweep them. But that team, I'll tell you, they have a kid from Mesabi East is playing on there, Dakota Cruz, who
On the VFW team.
no, on the Legion
On the
team.
Legion team?
He's graduating and going to Dakota County, I think, next year to play baseball. Very good player. They have the 2 Mammon Gays, Cole and Dane. Both Reiter's back. Plus, there's a couple other guys that are back, and I've heard Noah Sundquist is going to play. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. And allegedly,
And
he's supposed to play.
he's a starting pitcher for Cherry. today.
Yeah.
So,
So, because Cherry's not having a junior or its Legion team,
Oh.
so I suppose they have the opportunity. At least that's what I heard. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but that's the scuttlebutt anyway. That he's gonna, once high school season's over, he's
Good.
coming over to play.
good.
So, and then Luke Nelson pitched the other day. Logan Geetson is back. They got a lot of college kids
Good.
that are returning. The Miners lost a doubleheader to the Bemidji Bucks. They got destroyed in the first game, like 9-3. And then the second game, they had a 5-0 lead heading into the 7th inning and gave up 5 runs.
Oh,
wasn't good. And then in the extra innings, they scored 2 runs, and they were the visiting team, the Miners, because they flip-flopped,
Right.
obviously. So in the top of the 8th, they scored 2 runs, and then in the bottom of the 8th, they gave up 3.
Yeah.
So they ended up getting beat.
That's too bad.
Some bad. I don't know about the umpiring, but
Oh, here we go again.
there you go. We'll blame that. We won't blame anybody on the team.
No.
But there were some questionable calls there. I thought the runner at the plate, the winning run, was thrown out, but saw it differently.
Who's the ump?
No, not saying who the umpires were. Nice try, though.
Well, you know they're watching the show,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, they're the first ones that turn it
sitting on
on.
the edge of their seat.
Well,
Is he gonna spill the name?
no, that's not going to happen. I'll tell you after the show.
Okay. Local guy, huh?
Oh yeah, 2 locals. But that's as far as I'm going. So the Miners will be good. I mean, they haven't really been hitting the ball well in their first 4 games, but I'm sure that team will come around. And
Well, you mentioned the 2 Mamigay boys. I remember when I used to coach them. I could look them in the eye. Now
yeah,
man, they've grown big,
Yeah.
tall.
yeah, Cole's back playing on the Miners. Obviously, Dane's playing both.
Yep.
Miners and Legion, and then the Dakota Cruz is playing Legion and he's playing Miners. And then they got a couple other guys that Nick Peters, I think, over from Virginia, very good ball player. And so
They're good.
Josh
Good.
Kivala's playing this
Yeah.
year with them. I can't think. Well, Joel Escarbo and Jamin Lamphere. I'll probably think of a few of them as.
Is Jamin still catching, or is
Yeah, he
he's
still
catching?
catches. Yes. Oh, and then they have Cody Miller from Grand Rapids and Brooks Bachman from Grand Rapids and Gideon Beck from Grand Rapids.
They got quite a drop from all over.
Oh
the range.
yeah, no, they're going to be good. I mean, that's
Who's that coach? Who's coaching that?
Adam Schaefer
Schaefer?
and Zach Vandermeer
Okay.
are doing double duty there,
Good.
coaching. So they should, as they get more into season, and plus we have the region tournament here. I think at start of August, or at least the end of July or start of August. So you'll see some good town ball with teams that come up here to play
Good.
in the tournament. So good luck to all those teams.
Good. Well, what else? I ran into Mr. Babe Glumack the other day. He was doing a softball game. He said that the college is going to have a basketball team next year for girls.
Next year for sure.
Yeah. And I asked him how recruiting was going for softball. He goes, good. And then he mentioned that they're going to have I kind of hope it. They don't have volleyball, right?
They are going to have volleyball.
Oh, maybe it's volleyball.
If volleyball is going to have a team again.
Okay.
I don't know about women's basketball. Maybe the year next
Okay.
they might have one because they got to get somebody hired. But they're also hiring a new baseball coach.
Right.
I talked to the Mackenzie Kroviarsh and he said they had 6 candidates.
Good.
They were interviewing for
Speaking of that, we should congratulate the new high school coaches over at the Hibbing High School for basketball and hockey. That's been decided. So,
And you're the one you may as well say it,
what did I say?
who they are.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know who they are?
Well, hockey, the assistant coach, Mr. Jaminek, is now the new varsity coach, which apparently he did a really good job last year, which they did, and the kids like him, and so we wish him a lot of luck with his program. And then the basketball coach is a gentleman that's coming over from Nashwauk, and his name just went.
Kyle Georgie. Kyle Georgie.
Georgie.
Yes.
And so we'll see how that goes. It'll be hopefully each one will have a successful program and bring back the Hibbing Pride. So
Well, we have to get it back because I'm covering state tournaments with other teams,
Yep.
with teams other than Hibbing, so I want to see. Well, I'm not going down to St. Cloud this time. My partner over in Virginia is going down there to cover them. He's a lot younger than me, and he can handle that trip better than I can. So,
but his articles aren't as good as yours.
well, I'm not saying that. Don't.
I just did. You don't have to.
They're a lot longer.
Yeah.
But So
You know, that's what they say, you know, if you got nothing to say, just make the article longer.
Well, it fills space, that's for sure.
What, am I gonna get in trouble?
I'll write your emails over here when if you take exception to that, but because Ben does a good job.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. He does a
Yes.
good job. Like I
But
say, the two of us are stretched so thin sometimes that it's unbelievable that
Yeah.
we do get anything.
But we know who Uno number one is here on the
all
show.
right, thank
Okay.
you. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Even though you rip me half the
Right.
time.
it's all in fun.
I know that. I'm not
I have a
taking
lot
exception
of
to
I
it.
already told you, I have a lot, I don't want to get your head too big. I already told you I have a lot of respect for the way you do your job.
Thank you.
And we've been doing this for 7 years, so someone's got to be the comedian,
Well,
right?
yeah, you are. I mean, this show would be nothing without
That is
you.
ask my
here.
ass wife.
Yeah. You're the comedic relief because I'm not very funny.
Yeah, like what's his name? Shay Hegman, the comedian. Take my wife, please. Anyways,
All right, so
pro sports.
wide Minnesota Twins, 17 runs yesterday,
Yeah, 24 hits,
24 hits. Gave
Yeah.
up 9, unfortunately. But,
and they got the ugliest uniforms they're going to wear on Sunday.
well,
You seen 'em?
I have not seen them.
Baby powder blue and yellow, and it looks like I can't say what.
But yeah, we'll see what they look like when if I decide to watch the game. We'll just see.
Yeah, well, it got a little tense yesterday. They're up 10-2, and then the top of the eighth, it's 10-8, and then they scored 9 more in the
Yeah, well,
bottom
7
of the
more
eighth,
in the
or
bottom of the
seventh, or
eighth
whatever it
inning.
was. Yeah.
And that's the way to see that lineup get shut out twice by Pittsburgh last week.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens because it's a
They
pretty
can hit.
powerful lineup. I mean, now you got Lewis back and he's hitting home runs and doubles, and Correa gets a career high 5 hits
Yep.
yesterday, and Buxton's actually hitting the ball a little bit, and
Yeah, they were at Royce Lewis. They were saying the first 80 games he got more home runs than any other rookie or something like that. And he only played half of those games.
I know. So it's amazing. And just think to where they might be if he had played in all of April and all of
Yeah.
May. The record might be better, and we wouldn't be 7 or 8 games behind Cleveland.
Well, just
But-
think what they would have if they had a little more better pitching.
Well, that's I was sitting there thinking about that yesterday. I don't know how they let Sonny Gray go.
Money.
I don't understand, but did Sonny Gray even just think that he wanted to stay here? I mean, or did they Twins just say, go off
Adios. Yeah.
and go see what you can make on the open market? Because that, with him, Lopez, and Joe Ryan, that's a heck of
That's
that's
nice.
a good trio
Yep.
of pitchers there. And, maybe it's affecting Lopez because he's not pitching all that well
No.
this year. He's having a rough time, and maybe Sonny Gray is the reason why he's not pitching very well.
Could be.
I mean, and I know they said that last night when I was watching the game. Morneau and Plouffe were talking about it and maybe what kind of impact that has had.
Well, but the other thing, Gary, is that last year their relief pitching was their strong point. This year it's not. I mean, it's the same guys.
And Lopez only gave up 1 run yesterday.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he pitched awful, but he went 5 innings, and he must have been.
And he got the Balboa hook.
Well, yeah. Well, and then they bring in whoever they brought in. I know Thielbar came in and gave up 3 runs,
Yep.
and it's like, when are they? They don't. What do we see? What do they see that we don't see? Because I'll watch that game, the rest of the game today, and I'll see that Thielbar he's not the pitcher that they think he is. I'm sorry. Griffin Jacks has upped his game a little bit.
Yep.
He's not doing bad, but he also gets knocked around every once in a while.
And then they brought the kid from St. Paul up to pitch yesterday, Jackson, the relief pitcher.
Yeah,
They brought him, he brought way over from St. Paul. Had to fly him over in an Uber.
well, and he ended up evidently giving up a run in the 9th inning because it was 17-8,
Yes.
and then he gave up you have 1 inning.
Well, he got really lucky. The guy hit the ball, and it hit the top of the fence, and dropped straight down into the rubber padding, so they got a double out of it. Another 2 inches would have been a home run. It would have been 3 runs.
You have 1 inning to pitch. You should be able. These guys haven't seen you before,
Yep.
and Colorado's not that good.
Then why don't they put Senior Smoke in? I mean, just because they're ahead doesn't mean he
No, he pitched 1 inning last night.
He did?
Yeah, he pitched in the game. I looked at the
Oh.
box score,
I
and
didn't see
he
that part.
did not give up a run, which is about the first time in a long time he hasn't given up a run. But yeah, I don't know.
So
It's just amazing that this team is so inconsistent that it's frustrating. I'll look and see.
So who are you going to pick to win the? Now that we're talking about pro sports, you going to take Boston or Dallas?
Well, yeah, it's 3-0. So yeah, I think I'll go with the Celtics.
Yeah,
No, I'll find out here.
and then you got Florida and Edmonton.
Edmonton. Well, I don't want a Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup
Why not?
because I'm
You're not
anti-Canadian.
a purist hockey
No,
fan.
but that's the other thing again that bugs me. We're the state of hockey.
Yeah, we're not even.
We're not even in the playoffs. Florida's going to probably win the Stanley Cup
For like the third
third
time
time
in 4 years.
and that's Florida. Never heard anyone call Florida the state of hockey. So that bugs me a little bit
Yep.
that we can't even make the playoffs. And
Well, when you think about it, a lot of the better teams in the NHL right now, Florida, Tampa Bay, Vegas. I was going to
well,
throw
Dallas,
Dallas. I was going to throw Phoenix in there, but they're up in Utah now.
yeah,
But all the better teams are from the South.
yeah,
And Edmonton, south of Canada.
yeah. They're in southern Canada,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, I mean it's just I don't know how to I mean how do you explain it?
Management and ownership.
Well, I know we have the contracts, which this will be the last year of that,
Yeah, for Parisian.
and
Oh, I just got it.
did we get?
My Viking notification.
Notification.
They're going to win the Super Bowl.
All right. Well, I heard an interview yesterday with Alexis Pearson on KFan, and she's giving a wild 3 to 4 years before they're.
The rebuild.
Yeah. I mean, nobody wants to hear that.
If that happens, Kaprizov will be gone.
Well, that's it's a possibility, no doubt. Because you can't stand mediocrity.
No.
And that's what this state is in sports, is
Yeah.
mediocrity. You know, the Vikings are,
Unless it's women's sports.
well,
We do have a W.
No, the Lynx
The
did
Lynx-
beat the Las Vegas Aces the other
Yep.
day by 14, so they're
And
like 9-3 or something.
And the professional hockey team won
And,
the professional, what is it?
the
Murphy-
Walter Cup.
Walter Cup.
Yeah, the Walter Cup.
So,
But they also got rid of their coach.
yeah, that's kind of weird, huh?
How does I'd like to know the inner workings of that
Yeah,
and what
I know.
happened there. They fire a coach he wasn't their first choice as coach to begin with. I don't if I'm understanding this the right way. He wasn't their first choice. Well, then they needed the one they wanted I don't think could do it. So they gave him a call, and he was on vacation with his family, and
He took it.
he took the job.
Good.
So good for him for stepping up and helping out that first year. Now maybe it was
It could have been a prearranged agreement.
it could have been an agreement in there that stated he was only going to do it for a year.
Year for year, buddy.
So we'll give some leeway and cut some slack there, because who knows. But I don't know how you just get rid of a coach after he wins the title.
But then they had their draft, and there's, 6 women drafted from Minnesota, like UMD. To go. So, hey, maybe maybe we could start watching women's hockey for now.
Well, it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, the games I watched, it was disappointing how the way they finished their regular season, because they had a chance to be the number one team, and then they ended up losing like 5 or 6 in a row.
Yeah, but
And then they got lucky to make the playoffs.
Yep.
And then Toronto, was it? They could pick
Yep.
who they
And
wanted
they picked
to play,
Minnesota.
and they picked Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, we know how that worked out.
Yeah.
So be careful what you ask for, because it doesn't always work out that way. So, but let's see,
Should have told me that before I got married the second time.
So I'm looking, Duran did go 1 inning and he walked a guy,
Okay.
so he did
He's a
pitch.
bum.
Well, I know, but Thielbar went 0.0 innings, gave up 1 hit and 3 runs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's, Okert wasn't any better. Alcala gave up a run in an inning and a hit. I'm assuming they hit home runs, I don't
Right.
know, maybe, but, but that's been the inconsistency of the Twins this year.
And now they got Oakland for, what,
For
4
3
games?
games, I think.
3 games?
Yeah, and then they also have another team coming in that isn't
Yeah, they got
very
a, what,
good.
10-game homestand?
Yeah, and against sub 500 teams, and they're and at least we're over 500 record against sub 500 teams. So this is the time to make another run. You know, win 7, 8, 9, or 10 in a row again, and, and you can do it. That lineup's just too powerful to not do it.
Tampa Bay's coming in next.
Oh, Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Bay.
Well, they're not playing well this year, so I don't. That's a kind of an iffy series there because they're.
As long as it's not the Yankees.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're done with them for the season. So.
So we got a couple seconds, so you gonna talk about the Vikings? What do you think? All the hype's starting again.
Well, hopefully they're going to be a fun team to watch.
What do you think of their new whiteout uniforms?
Well, I haven't seen them yet, so I don't know. It doesn't sound like you're too thrilled with it.
No, it's like the Twins uniform. Whatever happened to the old days when they wore pinstripes and
Yeah.
now it's got
Wool
foo
jerseys.
colors and different numbers and rainbow stuff all over them and sponsors and
That's the world we're living in right now.
it looks like the Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
What was the guy on the back of their jersey? It was a bondsman, Bale's bondsman. So-
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but that was funny to see
So-
that. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on.
Yep,
So I hope you enjoyed our show.
off the cuff.
So for Mike Egan, I'm Gary Gimbetti. We'll see you again on Home Team Advantage.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support.